fans around the world, it's time for the NFL season to begin next week. And of course, with me being the master picks, usually, I am back, but this time I am in a competition. It will be the four horsemen of video gaming competing. Who will have the best knowledge of football? Who will end up being the biggest loser, so bigger than the Cleveland Browns? Oh, of course, you know who I am? No. I am the DOUG. No. Of course, joining us in this friendly competition is, of course, Mr. 45. Say hello, Mr. 45. Of course, we also have Dark Knight from who's also from New York. Dark Knight, say hello.
Giants all
God. And of course, also joining us in this little competition is my boy Wicked, Juggalo Gaming.
And more.
He doesn't really have a team. I was waiting for him to finish that line because that would have been funny. And of course, joining us in the chat party, you know, he's not competing, but he's in the chat. It is Fire Ninja because, well, involves a ring and a steel chair. I say that with love, Fire Ninja. I say that with love. Anyway, before we get to the picks, we do have some news to go over that happened yesterday. Of course, the biggest news was some cuts that were made. The biggest shocker of all was the Dallas Cowboys cutting their veteran kicker Dane Bailey, who is the second most accurate kicker in NFL history. Kind of shocking of all the cuts. And of course, the bigger news, the quote Geno knows from the NFL YouTube prognosticators, Al Davis's spirit possessed Gruden, and they traded away their best defensive player to the Chicago Bears. And then, oh, by the way, the Chicago Bears extended Mac's contract for 6 years. So yeah, I know Wicked and Dark Knight, you didn't hear about the trade or Dan Bailey getting cut maybe, but 45, you and me talked about this Friday about that trade might be happening. Any thoughts of the stupidity of it?
I told you it'd be Chip Kelly 2.0.
You did say Chip Kelly 2.0. Dark Knight, any opinion about the trade from the Raiders and Bears?
Honestly, we should have got him, honestly, because Giants were going to jump on that, and now we're making another trade for a pick from the Raiders as well. I forgot the guy's name, but
ooh, keep your ears to that. And of course, Wicked, well, Wicked doesn't really pay attention to a lot of the trades and cuts, so
I like turtles.
yeah, pretty much. He's actually totally enough for the Turtle Club. If you ever seen Wicked in real life, Wicked actually looks like a turtle. He actually looks like Leonardo. With that out of the way, let's get to the picks. And of course, Game 1, which is this coming Thursday night on NBC, it is your reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, at home taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Now note, the one who won the Super Bowl MVP will be the starting quarterback, as the original starter is still not past the hitting thing. So Dodgers will not let him play because he's not ready to be hit yet. So the question is, can Philadelphia win their first game as the defending Super Bowl champions, or will the Atlanta Falcons get a big upset win on the road to start off their season?
Ooh, can I troll this, please?
All right, Dark Knight, you go first.
Yay! I'm gonna go with the Falcons on this.
All right, that's one for the Falcons. I'll go next. I'm also taking the Falcons on this one. I'm sorry, I don't trust the Eagles quarterback because both of them have been banged up, and they did lose a lot of key pieces on that defense during the offseason. So, Atlanta for me as well. 45?
Falcons.
Oh, wow. 3 for the Falcons. All right. Now, Wicked, are you going to make it a clean sweep, or are you going to be the dark horse and take Philadelphia?
I'm going to take the Eagles.
You're going to take the Eagles. I'm actually glad you... No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. In his defense, it's actually a good thing, because the last time I did this with people and we actually took all the same team to win, we all lost that fucking game. So,
that is true.
He may have just helped us. We don't know. But, well, the Eagles ain't a bad pick. You know, they're at home. They still got a great running game and receiving core. It's just the quarterbacks are the question. So, 3 for Atlanta, 1 for the Eagles. Moving to the Sunday night games, by the way, the Falcons and the Eagles game starts at 8:20. Unless you want to watch the fucking pre-game show, which starts at 5 fucking o'clock.
I did not.
Moving on to Baltimore. It is 45's team, the Baltimore Ravens, taking on the Buffalo Bills. Can the Bills defense win in the game, or will the Bills terrible quarterback situation doomed them. By the way, it was announced RG3 is still on the Ravens. He will be the second or third string backup quarterback. 45?
Oh,
Second string.
Okay, 45, since this is your team,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you pick first. Do you have your Ravens or the Bills? That's one for the Ravens. Wicked?
Ravens.
2 for the Ravens. Dark Knight?
Ravens.
And we'll win because I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens as well.
Whoa.
Now, I'm taking the Ravens, but I remember what I just said a second ago when we all agreed on a pick.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Doug, you didn't explain that to everybody when we were off.
Well, I did. Well, no, I said it right after the Eagles and Falcons thing. That if Wicked would have picked the Falcons, that would have meant the Eagles would have won because we all agreed.
Well, no, I'm saying we did also bet too on top of that.
We're going to leave that a secret for now until we can get better hand out the contract bet on that one. All right, moving on to Game 3. We're going to let Dark Knight go off on this one because this is his team. It is the New York Giants at home taking on to what many people believe will be the AFC representatives in the Super Bowl. It's the Jaguars versus the Giants. Can the Giants get a win? Or will the Jacksonville Jaguars prove, even with their shitty quarterback, that their defense is like the 85 Bears? Dark Knight, since this is your team.
I'm going with my Giants. And we also got rid of our backup quarterback, Davis Webb, I think his name is.
So,
and also on top of that, and also I want to say sorry to Jacksonville about what happened with that whole Madden tournament thing.
well, that's nice. But unfortunately, that means the Giants' starting quarterback is Eli Manning and the backup is Eli Manning. Okay.
Yep.
45. Who do you have?
Jaguars. I can't see the
Jaguars. Wicked.
Jaguars.
And
Oh
I got
my
the Jaguars
God.
as well.
That's
So,
football.
fine, Ninja, shut up.
Whoa! Haters.
No, hey, no. Remember, I'm basing mine on the fact of the Giants played bad last year. Eli's getting up there, and let's be honest, even they got this great new rookie running back. Odell's probably going to be like a baby back bitch when he's not getting the ball again like he was last year.
I don't know about that. Lately, he's been doing all right in practice. So I mean, also tell that he just got a big contract signed, and so
yeah. Remember,
they expanded that.
Des Bryant got a big contract too, and then look what happened.
And Des Bryant is not even with the Browns yet. So
all right, moving to what is my lock of the week. It is the New Orleans Saints at home taking on Tampa Bay. Remember, Jameis Winston is starting his first of 3-game suspension, so Tampa Bay will be starting their backup quarterback, who I believe you said was Ryan Fitzpatrick, correct? 45.
I think so. Yeah, that's
Okay. With that being said, the game's in New Orleans. Tampa Bay starting a backup quarterback. My lock of the week, a guaranteed win if you listen to me. I am taking the New Orleans Saints at home over the Buccaneers. 45.
This is also my lock of the week because I can't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning any of the three games.
So that's 2 for the Saints. Wicked.
New Orleans.
3 for New Orleans. Okay, Dark Knight, if you pick Tampa Bay, we're giving you the dunce cap.
Saints all day.
So we all agree on the Saints. Normally, this is when I would say, oh, Bucks would win. I'm sorry. If the Bucks ain't fucking winning this game. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm sorry. He's like, what old wrestler could I use that would actually help here? He's like the...
Even if Jameis was the one starting, I would still think New Orleans.
Yeah, same
Of
here.
course.
So,
Drew
moving
Brees
on.
all day.
Moving on, we're going to New England as the Patriots take on the
God.
Houston Texans. This is the best game at the 1 o'clock time. Of course, the Texans are bringing back everyone who got injured last year. Remember, last year Houston almost did pull off the upset in New England if it wasn't for a few bad calls by the refs. So, do the Patriots at 1-0, or do the Texans get the biggest upset of their franchise history?
I'm going to make the first pick.
All right.
Sadly, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going with the Patriots. As much as I can't stand Tom Brady or Gronk, I'm going to have to go with the Patriots.
Understandable. 45.
I'm going Houston because
Whoa!
I can understand his reasoning because they got everybody come back from injury and they almost put off the upset last year. So now with everyone healthy,
regression is going to start in New England at some point.
I'm sorry, but Patriots have so many weapons, and let's put it this way, Gronk is just gonna run over everybody.
Fine Ninja goes with deflation, really. Wicked?
Yeah, Patriots.
Patriots, and I'm taking the Patriots as well. I wanted to pick the Texans so badly, but the game's in New England. We know how the refs are when the game's in New England.
Oh, yes.
So, sorry.
Flag, 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 and flag.
Flag. Correct. Moving on to what will probably be one of the most...
Pittsburgh.
Whoa!
Well,
Wait a minute. This is not a Pittsburgh game. No, we're not talking about that game. No.
I don't like to talk about that game because Steelers got cheated in that game, in my opinion. But I discussed that enough last year with a certain person who kept.
Pittsburgh. They got 6 Super Bowls. They can go for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but no, I only say that because remember the touchdown that they lost was actually would be viewed as a touchdown in the Super Bowl that the Eagles did. So that's why I'm kind of saying the refs fucked up as usual. Moving on to Minnesota, home of Prince, the color purple, and the first WCW Nitro. It is the Vikings taking on the 49ers. Now note the Niners starting running back is out for the season as he has suffered I think it was an ACL or tore one of his ligaments. So can the Niners, after doing all this great stuff in the offseason and looking good at near the end of the last season, can they get the upset on the road and beat the new-look Vikings with the multi-million-dollar man, Kirk Cousins?
I'm going to do my pick. I'm picking the 49ers.
I just choked on my Slurpee. All right. 45. Yeah, I'm asking you. Niners or Vikings?
49ers or Vikings?
Minnesota.
1-1.
Wow.
Wicked.
49ers.
Thank
And this one was split because I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings on here. The defense is still stacked. And remember, with a quarterback who sucked, they almost made it to the Super Bowl. Now they got Kirk Cousins, who, quite possibly, if he has a good year, and I'm hoping he does, he can go look at the Redskins owner and tell him to go fuck himself and blow me. I'm hoping that's what happens. I want Vikings to win just for Kirk Cousins' sake. Moving on, we're going to Miami. So we're going to be seeing Will Smith get jiggy with it as the Dolphins will be taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now note, the Dolphins have been up and down during the offseason. Titans have a new head coach, but they still got most of the returning pieces coming back. So does Miami actually know how to show up and play football for the first time since Dan Marino? Or do the Tennessee Titans get a win on the road?
I'm going to go with Titans.
That's one for the Titans. Wicked?
Titans.
2 for the Titans. 45.
Titans.
And my upset pick is the Titans on the road over Miami. So, bet accordingly.
That's not an upset.
To me, it's an upset because, to me, if you're on the road, you're always the underdog.
That is true. Doug has that point there.
What about the Browns versus the Patriots?
Oh, God, please, let's not talk about that game
No,
either,
the
please.
Browns were never... Here's the thing. The Browns are not underdogs. They're just corpses and zombies that you'd see in Killing Floor 2.
Browns, I'm sorry, they shouldn't even be a team.
I also agree with that.
Change their name.
Yeah, to the toilet bowl. Moving on to what will probably be one of the more interesting games. Not the best game, but the most interesting. It is the Cincinnati Bengals, WKRP Cincinnati, also known as the Cincinnati Jailbirds, since half their team's been arrested more times than I can count, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And this game is of somewhat of importance because it is the first game in about a year for Andrew Luck. So does Andrew Luck get to come back as the conquering hero and get the Colts a big win? Or do the Bengals give them the blues?
I'm going with Bengals.
1 for the Bengals, 45.
I'm going Bengals.
Well, I'm going with the Colts. I still believe in Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, Andrew Luck's kind of like my bro. You know, I don't know the motherfucker, but he's still my bro. And Wicked, who do you got, Colts or Bengals?
I'll go with the Colts.
Yeah, Wicked's joined my side. Good.
Join the dark side.
We have pizza and PS4 games that don't involve V10 Beetle. So no Rocket League here. Moving on to the last 1 o'clock game. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. And this game's kind of interesting. Originally, I would have said, oh, this game means crap. But the Browns have actually been looking pretty good to the point a lot of people think Cleveland can win this game. I would like to meet those people to ask what kind of drugs they're buying because they need to take a drug test. So, yeah, I'm taking the Steelers. I'm sorry. Cleveland, I applaud what you've done during the offseason. You've actually made a lot of smart choices. You're still the Cleveland Browns. You haven't had a winning season in a decade. The last time you had a winning season, George Bush was in the White House, Jr. The towers in New York were still up. And Spider-Man actually didn't suck as a movie.
Damn. I'm going with the Steelers as well. I hate Ben and I hate Antonio, but I mean, those two working together, hey, they're unstoppable, so.
That's 2 for the
You
Steelers.
should already know who I had, Doug.
You got the Steelers.
Yep.
Because you're a Steelers boy. Because I think that's your dad, though.
Yep.
So, 3 for the Steelers. Okay, 45. You're a Ravens fan. Please, for the love of God, do not act like the other Ravens fan we know who would no, I'm going to say this. Who would purposely pick the Steelers to lose every game. That's why I didn't invite him for the pick league, because he would always pick the Steelers to lose. Even when it didn't make sense.
The hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember, he's a Ravens fan, so I know why it's hard for him. But I even think you would agree if
True, yeah.
Cleveland's not ready yet. Cleveland's.
I want the Browns to win though, because that would get the biggest troll.
What?
It would, and he wants them to
can't
win.
say
No.
that.
No. He's still
I went
picking
to
the
Cleveland
Steelers.
Brown Stadium.
He's still picking the Steelers, but what he's saying is he would love to see the Browns win because it would be the biggest
I
troll
think
move in the history.
To be honest, I think everybody wants to see the Browns win, but
Not
I don't
me.
think
I
that's
got some of the Steelers on my fantasy team, so fuck that. Fuck you.
Hey, they can start the performance, but
Uh-oh.
We'll get him back in here. Well, he'll just have to do this one after we get it. It is the what? Who do you blame?
I blame Jonathan for saying the Browns to win that.
No. He's still picking the Steelers, but he was. Anyway. Well, right now we're on the Chiefs and Chargers. It still feels weird calling them the Los Angeles Chargers. I would never get over that. Kansas City, while they still have their great defense, the question is their offense right now because they're starting the rookie quarterback they got last year in the draft. Can Andy Reid still get it done, or will Philip Rivers finally get a team that can go to the playoffs again?
Hold up.
45, I'll let you go first.
I'm picking the Chiefs. They've always dominated the Chargers under no circumstances for the past 3 years. I'm pretty sure this is going to go the same way.
Understandable.
It's more of the coaching. I'm pretty sure it's more of the coaching, but I can't see the Chargers actually winning against Kansas City.
I can respect that. Wicked.
I'm gonna say Chargers.
Chargers,
Wow.
all right. 1-1. Dark Knight.
Chiefs all day.
You're going for
Sorry.
the Chiefs. And I am with Wicked on this boat. I am taking the Chargers here. Here's the thing.
Wow.
I think the Chiefs have a better coach. I will agree with that, 45. However, if I get a bet between a rookie and Philip Rivers, I'm going to bet on Philip Rivers every motherfucking time. Sorry. All right, getting to what will be known as the pothead game of the week. It is the Seahawks traveling to Denver, Colorado to take on the Broncos, and I believe when I read Vegas, the over-under on everybody being stoned is about everybody will be stoned. So, can Seattle win with all the issues they're having? Looks like they're going down a bit and becoming mediocre. Or can they rise up and prove that Denver has a great defense, but the offense is sorely lacking?
I'm going with the Seahawks.
That's one for Daniel Bryan's team. Because if anybody gets that reference, congratulations, you're a wrestling fan. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks as well. So that's 2 for the Seahawks. 45.
I'm taking the Broncos.
Wow, 1 for the Broncos. And Wicked.
Sure.
See, come on, Wicked. Come on. I know who you want to pick. Just so you can piss off that bitch in Denver. Do it.
Let's go. Let's go. No. See, my buddy Larry, he's a Broncos fan.
Oh no! Come on, please.
Let's
don't
go
pick-
Seahawks.
Yes,
Thank you.
he joined us. He joined the Dirty Birds. I know that's Atlanta's nickname, but still got a
Don't
better
really-
offense than Denver.
Don't really
All
care
right.
too much
Oh,
for the
God.
Seahawks, but
Moving on to the game,
Don't worry, I
okay.
got a shocker.
I already know everyone's picking against me on this one, probably, but it's the Cowboys at Panthers. Anybody knows me knows I pick my Cowboys to win. But I'm going to be honest. If you're not a Cowboys fan, you better be picking the Panthers, or you're a dumbass. Let the Cowboy
All
fans who are diehard be with the Cowboys. Everybody else, you're probably picking the Panthers. But just for the sake of argument, Dark Knight, who are you picking?
Cowboys.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
sorry, I can't stand Cam Newton worth
Okay,
a
okay.
damn.
I don't have any empty bill bottles around me. Am I drunk? I don't.
No.
Okay. Wicked
I got Panthers.
and 45.
Wow.
Dark Knight, you should. Dark Knight, you should have joined them. You would have had a win. I'm just saying.
No,
Germany.
no, because believe it or not, Cam Newton, yes, he has an arm, but again, his age is catching him too. So
We shall see. I'm still cheering for my boys, but I don't have hope. Between not
like I said,
having Dan Bailey,
listen,
Jason
we
Witt
may have a
retired.
rivalry with the Cowboys, but you know what? Listen, rivalries kind of stick together in a way. So
That's true. Speaking of that, the game that you have to watch in Virginia, unfortunately, so me and Wicked and V10 Beater and anybody else who lives in the state of Virginia has to watch this game. It is the Washington
you might be
Redskins
able to
on
do
the
that.
road taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This game's going to suck. Arizona's starting a
of
rookie
course.
quarterback. Redskins have Alex Smith, who I do respect, but he ain't no spring chicken. Both coaches look like they look like old McDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I, please shoot me. You got one who's a complete jubbling idiot, and then you got the other one who's Gruden's brother.
oh god.
So this game, I'm not going to watch unless I am drunk, because I don't want to have to sit through it.
I don't personally.
But with all that being said, as much as it pains me to do this, I am taking the Redskins on the road to beat Arizona. Arizona's only real key threat on offense is Larry Fitzgerald, and I'm sorry, at this point, Fire Ninja could outrun his ass, and Fire Ninja doesn't like to run at all for football. Now, if it's Alexa Bliss, he'll run after her. But if it's a football, he ain't gonna do it. So I got the Redskins. Dark Knight.
I'm going with Cardinals.
Wow, one for the Cardinals. 45.
Redskins.
2 for the Skins. Wicked.
I got the Cardinals.
So
Thank
we
you.
split on this one. That's somewhat of a surprise to me. All right, moving to the Sunday night game, and I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
The only one who should be picking the road team on this one is a giant vibrator. If anyone else picks them, I'm going to literally call a psychiatrist and have them examine your head. It is the Chicago Bears on the road taking on the
Chicago.
Green Bay Packers. Fine Ninja,
Of
you don't count
course.
because you don't watch football. So,
I don't care, Chicago.
well,
Oh,
Fine Ninja's
God.
vote doesn't count. So,
Yes,
Just-
it does. You
No,
can't
'cause then you-
silence me.
then you better go back and pick the other games if you're going to be a part of this. If not, shut up.
Chicago.
Now,
Oh my god.
one for the
I already
Packers.
picked. I said Ireland.
One for the Packers.
I'm going with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers.
2 for the
He still
Packs.
got it.
Chicago.
I think Five Ninjas is kind of annoying me now. 45. Did you say Packers?
Cheesehead, rah rah.
Said Fudge Packers.
Who the Fudge Packers? So I guess that means Green Bay. I guess.
Yes.
Because I don't know what the way he says that. I can't really tell.
Fudge Packers. I get it.
Fudge Packers.
Okay, so we have 4. And
Or the
Miss
Flower
Vampire Queen
Eyes.
can go to hell because country music sucks. Moving on. So that's
Who's
4
not
for the
sharing their
Packers
voice?
and then one lonely guy. And
Wait, somebody's not sharing their voice. Who's not sharing their voice?
it's... who knows?
I know I'm
She said-
sharing it.
I'm sharing it. Oh,
I'm
Mr.
sharing it.
Jonathan.
Well, I've been saying, I've been doing the number, so, and I said 45 was with her, so if no one can figure that out, they're
She
fucking
said that
retarded.
You could go fuck yourself on top of that stuff.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Moving on to the 2 Monday night
Chicago.
games. It is the New York Jets who traded Teddy Bridgewater and will be starting the rookie quarterback, taking on the Detroit Lions. Now, the Lions are the home team in this one. I am taking the Lions here. I'm sorry, Jets. I can't believe I'm saying this. You should have probably kept Teddy Bridgewater and started him. Instead, you're throwing the rookie quarterback in his first game. And oh, by the way, it's the Monday night game. And oh, by the way, it's the first Monday night game at 7 o'clock. So, yeah, have fun with that pressure. I would rather be wanting to perform brain surgery drunk. There'd be less chance of death. So I'm going with the Lions. 2 for the Lions. All right.
Lions.
3 for the Lions. 4 for the Lions. No one has faith in you, New York side. You may be known as the Jets, Jets. But after night, we're going to be going, man down, in parts unknown. You're going to be joining Warrior and Hogan.
Yeah,
in the last... Shut up, Fire Ninja. That's the wrong sport. In the last Monday night game, it is the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Oakland Raiders. Now, of course, we've discussed the Raiders a little bit. Trading away probably one of their best defensive players. Now they're asking their fans on Twitter to please stay with us. You know, there sucks we got rid of him. You probably should not got rid of him, but there's a lot of Oakland fans who hate you right now. Plus, you're about to go to Las Vegas, so some of them are probably hoping you get your ass kicked. So as for the Rams, had an impressive season last year. Actually, a lot of people are shocked how well they did. A lot of people expect them to do it again. I don't, but that's because I'm a cynic. So do the Rams continue their ways like they did last year, or do the Raiders somehow get out Davis' spirit out of Gruden's ass and find a way to win?
Oh, Lord. I'm going with the Oakland Raiders.
You have fun with that.
Listen, you guys have faith in the Rams. I get it. But the Rams, when's the last time they ever won much?
Last year they made the playoffs, unlike the Raiders.
I mean, they were close.
The Raiders were not close to the playoffs.
I mean,
they got eliminated in week 14.
Hey, they got their better coach now too. So
yeah, who also traded away the best defensive player.
Well, I don't know what the hell he was smoking, but hey, listen, if he thought it was a better idea, hey.
No one thinks it's a good idea. Even Ray Charles is blind as a bat, and he's like, "This is a dumb idea." Ooh.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I just can't stand the Rams.
I'm sorry, there's a better chance of people becoming Roman Reigns fans before anybody agrees to what the Raiders did.
There's a bunch of people that are Roman Reigns fans, so you can't even say that.
They don't count because they're women who haven't been laid or little children who haven't hit puberty yet.
Oh, wow.
I'm taking the Rams on this one, 45.
I think you probably already know who I'm taking. If I say this, I think the Jets have a better shot at winning than the Raiders do.
So you're taking the Rams. And Wicked, you're the last pick for the night.
Yeah.
7.
I'll go with Raiders.
So
Thank
we
you.
split. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for this week. Please remember, if you, everyone in here, have your picks written down so you can mark wins and losses, because we'll be going over the games next week when week 2 happens, and discussing who's in the lead in first, second, third, or fourth. In the comment section below, if you would like, please tell me what is your upset pick and lock of the week, and who do you think has the best chance to have the to lead after week 1 in picks? Is it me,
Bears.
Wicked, 45, or Dog Knight? Let me know in the comment section. Till then, enjoy week 1 coming up. Good luck to all your teams. Hopefully no one gets injured, and of course, remember, it's week 1. Have a little fun, because, well, for some of you, this will probably be the only chance you actually get to dance with the lights on bright. The other ones, well,
Don't forget to bring a towel.
and yeah, don't forget to bring a tie if you're going to the Denver game, because everyone's going to be smoking off their ass and probably forget what a bathroom is. So until then, have a good night and enjoy the week 1 coming up. Hi. What, for the one I'm doing for this show? I'm actually going to be playing it, actually.